Happy Wednesday. We are back with another fun little pack for you.
Well, I'm super happy to have these back for a couple of reasons. Number one, they got brand new labels.
And they're better than they were.
A lot better than they were.
Loving them.
Yeah. You know, it's funny what a wine label can do, right? Because these wines have always been delicious, but you know, some of these like traditional old school Italian wines, they don't often, you know, put the greatest label on them, and sometimes people overlook them because they can't get past the label. So I'm really happy that these new labels look so much more modern and approachable, because the wine inside is really well worth exploring. And Ciró has been around for so long in our shop, and it's always a fun one to share.
These wines have always been one of my personal favorites. They're super good value.
I feel like I say that every week, but I do drink a lot of them.
We're getting a theme here.
Yeah.
But they're also really great for sunny days such as this. I mean, the rosé has been a staple around my place. I don't know, they're all good.
Yeah. And the fun thing too is, you know, you get tired of drinking Sauvignon Blanc, Chardonnay, and all the usual suspects, right? Merlot, Cab, we've had them all a million times. So it's nice to introduce you to something that's totally unique and maybe a little bit fun to say, like little Greco. You can guess where that came from, Greece, right? So 2,000 years ago, the Greeks, colonized that area of Italy, and they brought with them some pretty cool grape varieties. So Aglianico, Greco, Galeoppo, which is going to be in both of these guys.
You have to use your hands when you say it. Galeoppo.
Yeah, Galeoppo. It's fun to say. What's more fun to say than that? Love these grapes. So where are we in the world right now? We're in Italy, obviously, but whereabouts?
We're down in Calabria. So when the Greeks actually brought those grapevines over, they called it the land of wine. And they really did a good job at that.
Well, I think you can make an argument that, you know, there's not a lot that'll grow in like really hot, dry soils like that, but vines love it. So literally, when you go to the south of Italy, it's just like one big long vineyard, and you have this like rocky, like really kind of dry soils. There's not a lot else you can do, but they make some of the most prestigious vineyard lands in the world. So you gotta love it. Grapes just grow there. So the beautiful thing about that is, you know, you get some pretty good value because the land's not really expensive. You can only grow grapes on it, and the whole thing is just planted. So you find some amazing values in places like Campania, Calabria, southern Italy. And Labrandi's got kind of a cool story, right?
Yeah, they actually started in the early 50s, so they're in fourth generation for family winemaking that's been a part of the land. They've got quite a lot, a big 4 estates, 6 estates now. They're really growing and expanding. They do a lot of work to reproduce indigenous grapes and just really work with what was natural there.
Yeah, which is fun because you could, a lot of wineries have really moved away from the native varietals in favor of more international grapes. And these guys have really stuck to their guns, and they produce like grape varieties we've never really even heard of before, right? Things like Mantenico and all these crazy grapes that are native to that area. So we've got a few other wines that we're not showcasing today from these guys. I think we carry like 6 wines from them. So we've got the basic Ciró line, which are fabulous everyday drinkers, and then they've got some kind of higher end stuff, which is really well worth checking out because you get great value in kind of the reserva level ones, right? Like you don't pay a lot more for them, and they're really interesting wines. So let's talk about the white. What's it taste like?
It's got a lot of notes and aromas of peach and a little bit of like lemon zest and that kind of freshness. So I love it because it has a bit of richness on the palate, but it's still a really nice, clean, crisp finish.
Yeah, super summery, right? Just delicious. And the rosé, I know it's a favorite of yours and a lot of others.
It is a favorite of mine. So it's also done with Galeoppo, which is said to be sort of a relative of Sangiovese. So I love these wines too because they just have a little more interest, a little bit of that sort of herbaceous quality that underlies all of the fruit. So.
And the red, my pizza wine.
Go-to pizza wine, pizza, pasta, patio sipping, anything.
Yeah, it's kind of my like Tuesday nighter when I'm cooking some pizza or just doing some simple pasta. You really couldn't do any better. It's zippy, it's fresh, it's spicy. It's not boring. There's lots of flavors in there. It's a really interesting wine. So the whole lineup really is well worth checking out. And hey, if you want to do that, just jump online right now and order up a pack, right?
Yeah, they all retail for $19.95 individually on the shelf. So again, that like crazy good value. But if you want to buy all 3 together, the pack is online. Labrandi libations for $49.95. So it saves you $10.
Oh, smoking little deal.
That's
so if
right.
these look interesting to you and you want to try them, and you should because they're awesome, pop online and order them up. Free delivery. You could have them could have them by tomorrow, couldn't you?
You sure could.
There you go. All right, that's it.
Have a great week.